Good afternoon, EJ. How are you today, man? Pastor Evel, let's go raid. Big ups. What firm? Lucid? Doing good. Got break even unfunded, but took an eval loss. That's okay. Better than taking a loss unfunded. Hey, I hope you guys are learning a little bit about this week, learning a little bit about no news Mondays and how to tackle those, and just any no news trading day. As you can see, today wasn't necessarily the cleanest day, right? And mentioned yesterday how on contract rollover days and even the week of contract rollover, it's just lower probability. This short here worked. I don't think I would have ever taken it because it was like past the kill zone time though. The long here, like yeah, I see the vision, but you're targeting buy side after it was already swept out, and it's outside the kill zone, so I didn't take this one. Hello, hello. Can y'all hear? All right, that's fine. I'll just have to restart. All right, I'll wait a sec. Hello, hello.
Take this call.
What a
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I'm in this long with one mini,
all right.
uh, and I'm gonna go break even at like the 25,037 if we can hit that damn level again.
Okay. What
So
long?
I'm in the 4 minute. I've just been sitting in it, dude.
Interesting. Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
did it. I went. You know how I like went 0 for 1 on my live.
Sure.
I did. Yeah, we took two minis on it, so I lost like 1.2k or something. Or
Okay.
wait, no, I lost like 3. And obviously that's a little lower size for me because I wasn't confident. I wasn't confident in the first place. But on the 4 minute, I went one mini. I did the half size thing that ICT says to do, and now I'm just going for high day.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to go break. If we can hit like 25,038 again, I'm gonna go break even.
Sure.
But it's just garbage, dude.
Yeah, I haven't taken a trade today. I didn't take a trade yesterday either.
Dude, I almost got cooked on the short. I would have lost on it, and it wouldn't let me enter. I tried risking like 5k on options, and it just wouldn't let me enter. It said insufficient buying power. I'm like, what the hell? And then I took a long, and it let me enter the long, and then of course I got wrecked on that
Damn.
on options. And I'm like, there's account. I'm down 2,000 on my options account today
Damn.
because the theta. Uh,
Sure.
but yeah, we'll see if this even plays out, bro. This 5 minute needs to inverse. This 5 minute BPR.
Yeah. Through my own
So
through my own data collection, I came to the realization that contract rollover week is one of my worst. So I'm just
dude,
way more cautious this week.
it is, dude. Literally, I don't know. It's always the discrepancy between price. I don't know why.
Yeah. So you pair that with
I
no
don't know,
news, you pair that with FOMC tomorrow. I just figured, being cautious today is probably smarter.
dude. I don't know if you saw, but the new contract did not inverse the hourly this morning, but the old one did, and I didn't realize it.
Okay.
I should have just never taken a trade the second I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I was live on TikTok, and I was like, and I had like almost 1,000 viewers. I'm like, bro, I have to take a trade. So I
Yeah.
tried a few trades, and I just got cooked.
It is what it is.
But I hate options, bro.
Yeah.
Ugh. Dude, I'm back. I'm back to all time unprofitable on options again after today. Sadly, I was back to all time profitable. Now I'm all time unprofitable again.
Yeah, the market makers heard you turned profitable. They're like, we got to change that real quick.
I
That's funny.
know. Mm. This is not looking good, dude. And we have LRR to the downside now.
Yeah, I don't think PM's going to be getting too much today, but I said that yesterday. We ended up, getting at least an eval trade, so we'll see about today.
Dude, look at the 15-minute. The 15-minute looks so good to go up.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Like we held the 5, we held the 15, we held the hourly, we tapped 50% of that range.
Yeah.
Like everything is there. It's just we're not getting the move. I guess it just goes to show, like, even the most A+ setup, um, is just cooked. What solo text you?
Said I had a fun day we all yesterday.
All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. If we start pumping, I'll come update you guys. But I don't know if we do or not.
For sure. Well, good luck, man.
Uh, See it.
This looks like AMD on 15-minute time frame, but no A or D yet. True. Yeah, I mean we can look at some other stuff today. I just don't know if NQ is going to give it to us. I mean, like Ryan said, we have this LRLR that's kind of getting put in. It's just okay. If we get like a nice manipulation like higher, maybe we take out like, this high up here and then a short maybe. Have to be pretty textbook though. What about gold today? Anything interesting happened there? Swept out London high. Kind of a nice reaction here, but looks like it was probably a break even and then come down here and fail to run out previous day low. So maybe as long as we're respecting this 15-minute on gold, we ultimately do that. Unless, I don't know, we'll see. What's the difference between an eval and funded play when I call them out? Okay, so the difference between an eval and funded play is for all of my funded plays, they're usually going to be reversal setups or continuation setups towards an A plus target, okay? A reversal setup can be a targeting, any draw on liquidity, but it has to be like from the extremity of the range, right? An eval play is going to be a setup that's in premium for longs or discount for shorts, targeting not so good of a draw, or it's going to be something where like we're trading in not very good price conditions or just something like that. But mechanically the setup is there. It's giving us an entry model and like in terms of liquidity it makes sense for price to go in either, bullish or bearish direction, right? Just depending on what side liquidity's on. So an eval play is always going to be aligned with liquidity, but the confluences around the trade aren't going to be as strong as a funded play. That's basically the gist. So what I'm calling out a play like yesterday on the shorts, we swept out buy side and we had a very nice short setup that aligned with order flow and whatever, but it was invalid in terms of the model, right? We already took that break even and price came back after dumping 30 points, right? So the funded play there was like the reversal setup that came after buy side was swept out, but because we made that setup invalid because we'd already ran the low, the eval play there was taking the setup despite the funded play already going invalid, right? So that's like an example, and then another example would obviously just be like, we have a very obvious liquidity target above. We've already taken out the opposite liquidity target, and we just want to take like a chase play, right? It wouldn't necessarily be something we take unfunded because it's a long and premium, right? And any funded play is going to be a long and discount or a short and premium. But, we have conviction in the liquidity for some reason, and so we take it. Okay? There's an unfilled 15-minute down to the LRLR. Your sound keeps going out. Is anyone else experiencing? I don't know. Discord is amazing. So draw liquidity and break even not valid. Mechanically, everything else the same. It just depends. That was just the example, right? Like in most cases, we want like the model to be valid. We want it to align with liquidity, but maybe there's not enough confluences, right? For a funded play, like we would get something like 10 a.m. reversal, AMD sweeping out, the opposing side of liquidity, the external, and then getting a very nice three candle V shape that has a nice break even target and has a lot of momentum, right? That's an easy funded play. Maybe an eval trade would be something like this, where like price chopped for a bit, the price conditions aren't that good. we didn't really reverse. Actually, we did kind of get like 10 reversal today, but we don't really have like the perfect reversal setup, right? And then we're taking a short off the buy side of the curve here, right? So like the invalidation of that, this could be like an eval play, right? Down to the 930 wick. A funded play would be like if we got the V shape off of that, but it would have to be during the kill zone, right? Obviously, this is outside the kill zone. I found that trading during lunch after 11:10 is less profitable just through the data I've collected, and so this to me wouldn't be a funded play. Okay, does that make sense? Basically, the gist is any funded setup you take has to have profitable risk to reward and profitable probability. An eval play might not because you don't have the data collected on it. You just have the general idea of how price should deliver based on your understanding of liquidity concepts, and if your trade aligns with that, then that can be like an eval play. Might get a good gold move this PM. Usually gold doesn't move too much in PM, but we'll see. Maybe if we get some news or something. We do have FOMC tomorrow, so I'm not really expecting too much until after that kind of comes out, but should be a fun stream for us at least. Tomorrow, what am I looking at? Oh, yes. Introduce. Okay, so what's the Shamrock Bowl presentation? Interesting. Oh, yeah, by the way, I guess happy St. Patrick's Day for those of you that are going to go grab a drink after this or whatever you do to celebrate, St. Patrick's Day. Anything else we can take a look at? Hasn't Bitcoin been doing well? My break even price for IBIT is 41 a 41 a share. I've just been averaging in while Bitcoin's been down here, and so finally up on that. But we'll see if we can kind of continue this rally that we've been getting on Bitcoin. I'm hoping we can get back to all-time highs inevitably, but we'll see. Social media has kind of injected a lot of bear cases into my head regarding the overall market. And I kind of just want to like dissociate from that a little bit because most of the time those bear cases never come to fruition. But they seem scary in the moment. They seem plausible. Like the one that I saw recently was like AI is going to replace white collar jobs, and then white collar people aren't going to be able to pay off their mortgages, and then the whole economy is going to crash, right? And I'm like, probably not going to happen, for being honest. That's just like the, big bad wolf scenario. Yeah, exactly, lobster. Most of the time, the shorts that do play out only last for a very short amount of time, and then you get like an insane buying opportunity, and we just rally for like years and years. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Especially in long term, for sure. I haven't done like a real AM recap, but if I was going to say the best trade of the morning, it would probably be the shorts from up here, but even then with these shorts, the inverse wasn't valid, so maybe these shorts, but honestly, I don't really like anything today. So that's kind of my recap of AM. I think today and yesterday were great days to skip, and I haven't taken anything yet this week, so. One at the long run 1018. Didn't we already hit buy side at that point? Yeah, so I'm not gonna long above buy side before. Like, I'd rather come back and take out the internal, right? We go from external to internal. $145 still intact, but we're not. It's not confirmed that we go there because we never closed above the 1 hour, right? We only know that we're gonna go to 145 if we close above this, but we didn't, so. We get this pullback. Obviously, hindsight though. Maybe we should have gone there, but honestly, when I see a leg down like this, inversing all these bullish PD rays with a lot of momentum, I'm anticipating price to go back to the AM low there, not for us to like V shape and go take the highs and go higher, right? Especially when we get like the reversal at or the 10 a.m. macro. So that's just my thought process, but yeah, I mean that's fair with the SMT. I guess maybe. I don't know. Like maybe the 30-second actually here. Cause like we get the CISD in live time with the inverse basically. So that's not terrible, but it's a break even because we wick back down. And then the 1018, we don't close above this second gap until this candle and the momentum dies. Then you're kind of too high in premium. So no, nah, I'm good. I don't think I like it. The only inverse, oh, I guess 1018 doesn't. So yeah, yeah, break even there. We're positive this isn't a break even. Yeah, okay. I guess it's not. Yeah. Yeah, because we don't hit the high first here. Okay. Yeah, I guess 1018 is okay. It's a little small, but I like the CISD in a singular candle. That's really strong. And I guess here the reason why I don't take 1018 is because I don't like the draw on liquidity. So maybe an eval play. I wouldn't have been able to break this down in live time. I don't think quick enough. He did brag about his loss earlier in meta. He talked about how he was down 2K on the options account today and down from the loss earlier. So he did talk about the losses. Maybe you just weren't here for that, or is it smart to skip the whole week for fundeds? I think starting tomorrow I'll be trading my fundeds. Friday I'll probably just trade eval, but Wednesday, Thursday I'll probably trade them. Oh, true. Yeah. I think he said he took this with one NQ. He said he took the position half size after he lost with 2 NQ. Dang, why we hating meta? Chill, bro. You're about to get banned. Come on. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Let's see this short. Hmm. What time frame is that? 3 minute? Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, the 3 minute here isn't bad. I don't hate it. You go break even here. Huh. Yeah, if you take 1-1 on the 3 minute, that's not bad. That's actually the best trade of the day. Break even earlier? Why? The ITA, or I mean the ITL was here. Oh, because of the 15 minute? Oh. Hmm. Yeah, that's tough. Yeah. Well, I guess it's a break even. Has anyone heard good stuff about that PJ guy? Why, Jacko? Where are you thinking about going? You trying to leave me, man? I don't know. I don't know anything about PJ. Your friend was asking? Oh, true. Yeah, my friend said to don't trust that PJ guy and just, hang out in PM and things will be good, but I don't know. I've never personally watched any of PJ stuff. I'm sure he's a great guy. Why didn't I like the 1 minute at open? Well, because to me, the previous day high draw isn't A plus, and you're taking a long very high in premium. So that would kind of be my reason why. I mean, I don't think that really the risk to reward is there to the first high. I would have wanted to see like, a setup from down here maybe, but that's just me. Yeah, I know, Todd, for sure. For me, like I said yesterday, guys, I said I'm pretty sure we already switched to NQM in the afternoon, and I said that today we should 100% be on NQM. So hopefully you listened to that yesterday, and obviously NQ1 might have shown something different, but you have to pay attention to the current contract. ICT said that today we were on NQM, so LRLR run now, maybe. So I think my condition for this afternoon will be the 2 minute here. This is a good amount of momentum back up. I'm not gonna lie. If you want to jump in the trade that dodges in the long, we have like a 1 minute here with a lot of momentum. You go break even at the 37 level he's targeting. And yeah, that 2 minute will just be my condition, the combined gaps there. So if we break this, I'll be bearish to lunch low. If we continue to respect it, I'll continue to be bullish here. This is indirect delivery, right? Because we didn't sweep out the low inside the gap, so it's a little less important. But still holding this gap, which is obviously kind of like our condition for order flow. The 15-second? Not really. Okay. Felt like yesterday's high was also a data wick. Yeah, for me that's not a data wick, but I could see why. We take out the supposed data high here at 309 with this candle. The 15-second was our entry. There wasn't an entry on the 15-second. Where? You're saying this? See, I don't enter 15-second inside the range, so that would have had to have been all you. But the 1 minute there, yeah, the 1 minute is kind of too late. I mean, if there's nothing else, then there's just no trade here. It is what it is. For the most part, it kind of looks like we're just ranging, right? Looks very similar to this leg up here, so we'll see. We did leave equal highs behind. The macro should take them out. I think we should go to this high, personally. And then we'll kind of see, right? Tommy, are you really upset you missed that 15-second? Or are we just trolling? Because I wouldn't worry about that 15-second, honestly. You are? Okay. That was not a bad trade. Okay. Hey, I'm gonna disagree, but hey, if you have the data behind it, then I guess you should have taken that one. My bad. All right, I'll take clasp in 3. Wow. Guys, you know we've never lost a Wordle. Isn't that crazy? We're cheating and feeding you the answers. True. Kite, wind, hot water, key, teabag, lightning, balloon, jam, pitch, arrow, bind, scale, yo-yo, tone, rocket, pickle. So I see tone, I see scale, I see key, I see pitch, right? All music. Okay. In a jam, in a pickle, in a bind, in a what's the last one? Oh, in hot water. Okay. Kite, arrow, teabag, wind, yo-yo, lightning, rocket, balloon. So to inflate, so rocket, balloon. No. Things that fly, maybe? Nope. NQ? What about it? Tommy, am I missing another setup? Another 15 second? Oh, it flies? True, true. Okay. Um, like things on a string, maybe? Yeah. There we go. We got there. Quick as an arrow, quick as lightning. Okay. I haven't heard quick as the wind, but sure. All right. Cooked? A little bit, yeah. Like I said, that was to be expected this week, so not really too worried about it. 1991, 340 million. Part 2. Oh, is this the Chili Peppers? Is it Under the Bridge? Let's lock it in. Metallica, true. All right, there we go. Well, they did not do it justice. right, well, there we go. Guys, my mom is trying to convince me to go on a trip with my dad to Las Vegas to see Metallica in the Sphere. However, the tickets are very expensive. I'll go with it. See, the thing is, I'm not like the biggest Metallica fan. Like, let me check to see what's on my liked. I mean, of course, I would see them in person. Like, they're a great band, and I'm sure the experience will be good. But all I have on my liked is "For Whom the Bell Tolls," "One," and "Fade to Black." So, like, their biggest songs. I think if I were to go though, it would be probably 2K before gambling. Dude, "Fade to Black" is such a good song though. Aren't those the guys from Fortnite? Maybe. So yeah, let me check right now. Dude, oh my oh my god. Look at this. They're so expensive. These were like the cheapest, 440. And you get like terrible seats. You want the stuff in October and you're talking about $1,000 a ticket. Yeah, in 2027 exactly. 15-second long here. Yeah, Tommy, come on. Lock in. So we're moving up. Looks like Dodge is going to be in good shape. What is he even in the 4 minute? Yeah, the 4 minute. I didn't think we had taken all the LRR to the downside. Did the lows to the left not count? Oh no, they count. Yeah, I don't think this long here is good. We want to see the liquidity sweep. We want to see the direct delivery from the gap to the left here. We would have wanted to take this low. None of these lows are promised until we inverse these gaps on the left here. But this low should have been hit, and we failed to hit it. So, I don't know. Yeah, no, there's no trade taken yet. Nothing in here is going to be tradable, guys. Okay? If we want to talk about dream scenario, we're going to be looking at this low. We're going to be talking about maybe the high I have marked right now, but most likely AM high. This, don't touch it. So at what point do we even consider trading once we break out these ranges at the extremities? Or when we generate actually good liquidity? There's no good liquidity here. I think the reason why we have bad PA on rollover is because since we're trading between two contracts, analysis is a little skewed. I think whenever volume gets split between the two contracts, everything can be a little bit more skewed. And yeah, I do think things are more manipulated this week because of OPEX, because of quad witchering. So I think market makers have a vested interest in keeping, stocks and ETFs and indices at specific price levels that they want to see marked by Friday. What what dole did we do the last time that was good? What equal highs? These ones? These equal highs to me aren't good, right? They're just okay. Let me see. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have had any conviction in those equal highs. I just don't like that trade at all. Yeah, kind of already talked about why. If anything, you should have been in on the 10-18 1 minute, I think. And then been break even because of the CISD there. So you don't have to wait for the 3 minute to inverse. even though we're running into a 3-minute gap. But since you did wait, I think when price retakes the high here is when you should have went to break even, right? Because there's no ITH here until this high, but you're not going to wait until then. So when we resweep the high and we get a bearish reaction, that's when I would have gone. Yeah. When price stalls like that, that's not what you want to see out of a play. Like we should get like a relatively quick reaction, and then like we should expand, and then after a while of expansion, we should like see some sort of accumulation phase, a manipulation down to rebalance the expansion that we got on the first leg, and then another move up, you know? And here, we just don't get that. Like this was the expansion leg here, this was the retracement, and then we should see more expansion higher, like if we're truly going to be bullish here, but because we just start to stall, that's your sign that, okay, this is not going to push higher, so I should go to break even. And hopefully get lucky, you know? So there's this high swept. So we are officially inside of the 15-minute bearish cap now. We'll see what price wants to do here, but in order to take the highs now, we want to see price break this. Should we do math slash logic? Should we do one of these? Did I watch the documentary on Manosphere? No, I didn't. Not a big documentary guy. A mountal? I could do that. How many are inside? Okay, pretty bearish reaction here from the 15-minute. Do we have a fair value gap? There's a tiny 30-second. What do we think? What do we think? Kind of getting a bearish setup coming off this 15. Now, what is our draw on liquidity here? Not really anything. We do have this, though. If this were to break, I would be confident in price heading back to this low. And maybe even the relative equal lows here at PM. So there's the 30-second breaking there. This could be like a potential eval play for sure. But obviously not no funded plays here. $15-second holding. Oh, true. Yeah, exactly, APOF. So here's a setup where we just don't have enough confluences for it to be a funded play, right? Because the gap is too tiny and the momentum and overall price action isn't that good. We're outside the macro time, but it's an entry model setup after we've taken liquidity, you know, this high to the left over here, and we're reacting very bearishly from taking that liquidity, and we're also coming from a 15. So this is why I said this is like an eval trade. Okay. Does that make sense, Raid? I should do this like for every single person I think that joins. But yeah, you could take it down to that low inside the 5. break even here. Yeah, for a funded play, we need bias, momentum, time, and model. And here we just have bias and model. We should go over that all the time? Okay, sure. I mean, I try. Sometimes it happens too fast for me to explain it in live time. So that's why I just say like it's an eval or funded play. Get that out first and then go into detail after. Yeah. Because like in live time, your job as a trader is to be able to recognize it. Like you do like all the checklist in your head, break it down. Figure out like, okay, does this make sense for me for an eval play or a funded play? But in live time, I can't get all the words out to explain it and answer everybody's questions. And, sometimes trades happen like within seconds. So, oh my goodness, that was very loud. Okay. Objects are dropped into the container. Oh God. So we have to guess. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a set amount or there's a set amount of time here. Okay, Fahrenheit says 78. Nope. Oh my God. Uh, 98. Like, I'm just gonna go with 98. Oh my God. Oh guys, I don't think I was right. Oh God. Wait, why is it the same thing? Oh shit. Oh, it's multiple. Okay, how many here? Like 20? 25? Oh, it's 23. All right. Well, okay. Like what do we think here? Like 38, 33, 32. I'm gonna guess 38. Oh, well, way off, way off, way off. Guys, way off. Like 18? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me and Fahrenheit were on the same page there. Oh, okay, okay. Oh my God. Um, um, 56? Okay, I'll go with that one. Oh my God. No! Oh my gosh, Electron was 78, okay. Wait, there was only 40 people that played this? Wait, we gotta get better at this. We gotta get better at this. This is very stressful. Exactly, exactly. All right. All right, round one. What do we think? 34? I think this is more. 55? I think I'm with Dapper here. Ooh! We were close. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. Like what? Like 80 something? 100? I'll just guess flat 100, I guess. Ooh! Guys, this is all about fastness. We were just talking about it. This is important, right? Guessing based on just visual cues. This is actually training your brain. We're actually really there. We are really doing things. We're counting. We're reacting in live time visually to stimuli, and we are training our brains. All right, it's exactly the same thing that applies to the chart. All right, this is good. This is good. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? What is this? 42? I think it's like 45. Oh, too late. I was wrong. 55. Can I go over 1 minute 9:31? Yes, sure. 1 minute 9:31. I said I didn't like because of how high in premium it was, the risk to reward previous day high. I didn't really have any conviction on price going beyond that. And I'm never going to take really a long this high up. So I hope that kind of helps explain it. I think if you wanted to catch this long, you had to enter from like 8 o'clock, like down here. What up, Tom? Dude, somebody got 50 rounds. That's crazy. Yeah, we just hit the break even on the eval play short. So now we'll see if we get down to here. Obviously, if we get good momentum past that, then we target the relative equal lows. The short here was off the 32nd, for those of you that just joined us. All right. 60. 59. Nope. Guys, it's over. 35. Nope. Guys, I'm like halfway off. $49? Yeah, okay, Dapper. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Guys, we're not good at this game yet. 30? 33? I'm gonna go Fahrenheit here. Ooh! Ooh, we were close on that one. Dude, Fig said 65. 36. Okay. That's not gonna be it. All right, I guess Fig got that one. Okay, okay, this is like 16, right? Little off. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like 70, right? 6, 7. Nope. Nope. Big got Big got it. Big got it. Alright, there's TP1 for the short. Wait, choose one and see how long it survives. Okay. This round, I'm gonna pick Fig. Fig, what is it? Fig, what is it? Quick! Quick! Alright, I guess I submit for him. Oof. Hey, that counted. What is it? 73? 73 on this one? Okay. Alright, next person. Oh my gosh, this is dumping past the break even. Guys, this is a banger. Who's still holding this short? This was a good break of structure here. Oh my goodness. Alright, this is a lot of momentum breaking through this. Now, I would probably final TP here, but if we get good displacement past this, we can go all the way to lunch low. I don't think I would hold past this. No thought, true. Okay, who wants to go next? You took it up funded, true. Second long. Not a good one. All right. Well, I guess that's that. That's a cool game. I like that. Too stressful? Did we do Wordle? Yeah, we got it in 3 today. Can I add to this? The short? Maybe. Did I take this trade? No, I didn't. I should have taken it on eval though, at least. But I said it was a good eval trade. This wasn't a funded play though. How's everybody's day been? Good, man. How about you? Haven't taken any trades today. Yeah, same to Pat. Dodgy agreed with me today. He said the same thing about our contract rollover week just isn't that good. The Jets trade Justin Fields to the Chiefs for a 2027 sixth round pick. All right. I don't know where he sells his merch. No. Is that old news? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not on Twitter really anymore. I don't pay attention. Wait, that dude has his lock screen as dodgy? Okay, bro. That's almost as crazy as the one guy in here who has his profile picture as me from 6 years ago. Chill, Mata, chill. We get our face revealed? Sure. My friend trade today said he took the short. Dodgy tried to take. Why do you think it failed? What short? I don't think there was a short that really failed today. Three-minute at 10:15. Wait, Dodgy tried this? Damn. Uh, it failed because there was an SMT at AM low. That's my only explanation. Other than that, I don't know why this would have failed. But yeah, the SMT there. Why did this print? I should have just taken this unfunded. Where's the lows? I'd be all out there. Yeah, I know. It's hindsight. Because in live time, like, who knows if that would have worked. Oh, wow. Snipe the sell, too. So, how many of you guys took that on eval? Okay, cool. Cool. Is waiting for the lower 1 minute fine instead of taking it from the 30. Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, this is like the confirmation setup there, right? We get the CISD at that point, the breaker. So yeah, if you want to wait for that, that's fine. Maybe this is the funded play. I don't know. Still work nice. Think we can get any more trades in PM? Maybe, but probably not, since we took out buy side and had somewhat of a bearish reaction from the 15-minute. So we're not going to want to come back to this high unless we sweep out sell side. And I think the day will be done once we take sell side here. Honestly, I think the day can be done by now if we continue to respect this, because I don't think we come back to PM high during this session. So we'll see, but dang, Alejandro, you got break even on this? That's tough. Yeah, break even for me would have been here. Yeah, basically raid. So whenever we have like liquidity in place and we sweep out that liquidity, price wants to go back to the nearest inefficiency. So like think about it like this. Market makers are trying to fill orders in one of two ways. One, they're trying to take stop losses, usually at liquidity, or two, they're trying to balance inefficiencies at FUGs, okay? Basically, how could I do this? Basically places that we failed to put in orders. Okay. So essentially the market will most often move from an area of inefficiency to an area of liquidity. And that is essentially ERL to IRL. Okay? Because there's orders here in the form of inefficient price action where we expanded quicker than we were able to create, efficient orders. And then when we balance those orders, it then wants to go back and take out stop losses. Okay? And so we have stop losses at PM low here on this move up. So everyone that was going long in retail is going to have like their stop losses here. No, the inefficiency is IRL, right? Internal range liquidity. The liquidity is ERL. Okay. And in that same process, there's also like stop losses that we create at IRL as well, right? Because we have this like high that's put in, but it's inside the range. So this internal range of liquidity is not going to have as many stop losses because when we zoom out and we go to a higher time frame, that high kind of disappears. But do you know what low remains? The ERL, which I guess in this case it's also IRL, right? This is like the ERL. When we go to the higher time frame here, the lows that remain are the obvious ones, right? So those are going to have more stop losses because anybody that's not trading on the lower time frame, like the 5 to the 1 minute or whatever, aren't going to see these highs and lows at IRL. They're only going to see the highs and lows at ERL. So these highs and lows are more significant draws on liquidity because there's more stop losses there. There's more orders than on the lower time frame highs and lows. Okay. Does that make sense? So internal range liquidity is not as important usually. It's not as strong as ERL. But once we take out ERL, ERL has no significance because we ran the orders. So all that remains is IRL. Okay. And then once we've kind of done both, then there's not really a whole lot of liquidity and we have to wait for price to generate structure, generate more liquidity again, right? So when we talk about, and we can connect this now, when we talk about this idea here, we're essentially describing IRL to ERL, right? Here we have an AM Judas swing IRL, okay? Judas swing internal range liquidity, and then go for daily target ERL, okay? Manipulate session liquidity, okay? Asia external range, accumulate during AM, creating daily draw, and then very good launch / PM. So this is just like the different scenarios, right? And depending on, which scenario we're in, tells us, okay, we're going to go from IRL to ERL today. We're going to go to ERL today only because we've already taken out the IRL. If we have neither, then we accumulate. If we sweep both sides, then we probably chop, right? It's just what we talked about. If it happens in PM, same thing. Price expands during AM, we take out ERL, then we retrace to balance IRL, and then we chop. Price expands and hits draw, we retrace during PM, right, to take out the IRL, and then we chop. So on and so forth, right? We have the daily draw lift, PM expands to hit the ERL, and we usually just hit it, and then we're done for the day because we run out of time on the session, and then Asia will usually retrace back to the IRL. Okay? Sometimes we get that reversal before Asia, at 3:30, right? If we had like a trend day, that expansion day, right? Because we need to put in the wick on the daily. Okay? Yeah, if ERL has been taken, we look at IRL's draws. Exactly. So for today, that was us taking out previous day high. And then our IRL is going to be AM low. Okay? And now that we've taken out the AM low, which was our IRL, right? If we look at the higher time frame here, right? That AM low also aligns with the IRL, which is the unfilled inefficiency here, this 1 hour. Now we're done for the day, right? Because we've taken out both sides, we have to wait for price to accumulate, right? We have to wait for more structure to get put in. We have to wait for a new draw to get put in. That's why today I'm saying like, okay, I think we're on eval today. I don't think today's going to be very good because I think that we're just going to get more of this. It's the draws and liquidity have been taken, right? We're just going to chop. We're just going to accumulate, right? Today was the example for today was this one here, right? Price expands and hits draw, retraces during lunch, and then we chop, okay? And that's often what PM is, right? Every once in a while we get like these other scenarios. But that's usually, what PM is. And then, sometimes we get these like setups that like sometimes work because, why not? Right? So here we tap the 15-minute and then get this short. But overall we're still like chopping. We don't have any like good draws on liquidity left. Like this is an obvious clear wick. This is an obvious draw. This was an obvious draw this morning. Now that both the obvious draws are taken, I don't know what Price wants to do. But yeah. Hopefully this whole idea of ERL to IRL now makes a little bit more sense for those of you that might have been confused on it. But this is like basically the gist for every single trading day and how I determine if I'm going to keep trading or if I'm going to be done trading. That's like basically the idea. Okay. So that's how you apply it, right? If both of these things have happened, it's probably just best to stop trading or at least stop trading on a funded. And then when we generate draws and liquidity again, you can go back to trading funded. Yeah, I mean, the best way to avoid chop is to be able to anticipate it before it even starts happening. And I'm pretty sure I have a pinned thing in the PM chat about it, so I can pull that up. I don't have it. Does somebody have it? I'll make sure to pin it. I don't have it. Oh, by the way, here is days when to expect bad PA. OPEC / quad witching. Wednesday PM. Free news. No news. Week of contract rollover. Number 9. Number 9, right? There you go. Thank you. Perfect. That's a good one, Apol. That is going in the pinned in PM chat. Yes, EJ, basically. Um, it's no longer protected when we take out the sell side. That creates the protected high. So, I think when we took out sell side down here, this was no longer protected. Right? And then we respect this 1 hour. So that tells you that order flow is still bullish. So we take out this low here, sell side, buy side's no longer protected. Nah, it's fine. Okay, sure. Wait, let's see. Does anybody in here watch Invincible? No, true, EJ. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But no, it's when we take out the conflicting draw, like the sell side liquidity there. The low that of the swing that makes the high, right? So we put in a new swing low here. So this starts the swing, and then when this swing comes up and we take out the high, right? That's our protected high getting put in, and then when we come back down and take out that swing low, it's no longer protected. Yep. All right, so now we're just back in that same like 2 minute condition, right? If we break through this, which we're kind of starting to at the start of the macro here, then I think we can go to lunch lows now. But yeah, Invincible comes out tonight, episode 1 of season 4, at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern. So I guess tomorrow. I'll probably watch tomorrow morning. I'm much more excited for The Boys, though. It's going to be a sad day when that show ends. I think this is the last season. They'll probably do a spinoff though. I mean, they already did a spinoff, but an actually good spinoff. I mean, not like Gen V or whatever it was. You try to get into the boys, for sure. Yeah, it's not for everyone. For sure, EJ. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of gory for sure. Once you get used to like the boys gore though, you kind of recognize that it's like pretty fake. But yeah. I'll do it hmm, maybe tomorrow. Thoughts on this? Oh, I had no conviction of us being bearish once we hit this gap again, right? That's why I said to sell all everything on the short. This actually makes sense to me, right? We need to rebalance the inefficiencies we made on the way down here, right? So now that we balance this 5 minute, this will kind of be our condition to go back up here. But yeah, while we're between the 5 minute here and that 2 minute, I think we could just chop for the rest of the day. Always expect that when we take liquidity, we'll probably get a retracement. It's more unnatural for price to just dump and just continue to dump. The natural state of the market is like we want to trade efficiently, right? Another way to think about the way that we trade is kind of also like in a way like mean reversion, right? Most of the time the market will revert to like its mean of the range, right? 50%. We have a new 1 minute that formed. However, I wouldn't be confident in this one because we're still holding that 2 minute. It's just like a V shape inverse. Oh wow, the 1 minute here is just actually about to be the break even. All right. Any trades this afternoon? Just this 30-second short here. So this was a good eval trade. That's about it. We came up, took out this high, tapped into a 15-minute, had a pretty bearish soup reaction, and then inverse this gap. And then there was also like this 1 minute that failed. That was like the confirmation setup.
Yeah.
You be DoorDash and bro?
No.
Yo,
Yo,
Alright.
boys.
I can hear you now.
I gotta stop break even that long.
I figured. You saw it tap the 15-minute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolute trash, dude.
Well, I think we just chop for the rest of the day now. Yeah, for sure, AZD.
All right. Good luck, guys. So, wait, did you guys catch a play or no?
I said this was a good eval short on the 30-second.
Yeah, not bad. All right. See
Apoff. I actually just I gotta look at your website again, man. So where do you have that pulled up? In the journal? Top right? Mmm. True. You should make that whole tips and tricks thing its own section and go through each of the pinned and put it in there. But hide it. Only make it for you. Only make it for you. Okay, gotcha. Is PM cooked for the rest of the day now? Probably, yeah. I mean, like, oh, so yeah, so like, you know how the calendar in the journal has an option, right? How there's like two, what would that be, like radio buttons or whatever that would be. Make another one, but for tips instead of having the like here. Let me just show you. So like when this pulls up, have like tips here. So like when you click on it, you know, yeah, playbook, whatever. All right, I'm glad I didn't try Trade C then, Jacko. What's the website? This is just APOF's like I don't know, like little website journal thing. I think it's really cool. If you want to check it out, it's ifpg.app. Not to be confused with ifpg.com. ifvg.app. It's just like a journaling website. It's free, yeah. But not for long once APOF starts charging for it. I heard he's going to charge like $1,000 a month for it. Justin Worthy. Yep. Nah, TJR actually. No, actually Tory. Yeah, he's going to charge $6,600 for it. Dude, I still can't get over that. Tory Trades doesn't know what the futures markets are for and charges $6,600 for a mentorship. It's just it's a little wild. She is the TJR for women for sure. It's just like said, like, you know, like when like airplanes are charging for plane tickets, they'll hedge using oil futures, right? So like if let's say, you know, the price of oil shoots way up, right? They make a considerable return on oil futures that will be offset by keeping the prices of the plane tickets lower, right? So they can have a competitive advantage in the market, okay? By basically artificially keeping the prices lower because they hedged, like, you know, using oil futures, right? But you can apply that to, like, you know, financial industries, right? Like hedge funds. Hedge funds will do that with the futures market. You know, if they're, I guess they have a reason to hedge the stock market going up, they can short a futures position. You know, if they think something in the short term, or they have like some sort of alpha, right? Like, I don't know. That's basically the gist, right? The futures market, it's a way to speculate and hedge the market, right? To prevent, like, you know, potential out of scope events from impacting your business or your hedge fund or whatever it is beyond what your acceptable risk would be, or to like basically make it so that the tail risks aren't as impactful to your business, right? So like if we get like a major spike in oil, or we get a major spike in, let's say, the metals market, right? The metals futures market, like silver or whatever. Like let's say you're a solar panel, you know, manufacturing company, and you want to keep like your solar panels lower in cost, so you hedge using the silver futures market, and you buy like you know, quarterly contracts, right? And you say like, okay, if the silver market goes way up, obviously it's going to increase my manufacturing costs, but because I had this silver position that was covering me for the next quarter of you know, silver purchases, I can offset that on my costs now, so I can still make profit, right? That's hedging. So it's Kalshi, but more formal. Not exactly, but sure, I guess.
Yo,
What up?
rate my reply 1 through 10.
All right, let's see.
Everyone's seen TJR get exposed, and yesterday I made a video with this clip talking about it.
Watch the whole video.
Yes, I know that was AI. I don't even think ChatGPT came out yet. Got some good laughs, got some good comments from that. But the crazy thing was that after, you know, I used that clip, I talked about how every single ICT trader, SMT
It might
trader,
be close.
whatever, 99% of them sell courses. And of course, they were all in my comment section saying, "Bro, that was an AI clip, bro. You're such an idiot." Never actually addressing what I said after that, which I knew was going to happen, and I planned for this. Just didn't realize Dodgy would be the one saying this. Discredit? You have gone on record saying this.
I will never, ever show a track record. Still, if I made 10 billion bajillion dollars, I never lost. I never showed a track record. Literally. Like, imagine going up to someone in real life and be like, show me your track record.
Yeah, I think, people paying you thousands of dollars for your courses is very different than someone asking you in real life, But you also said this.
Let me tell you why you can't code what I take and what I trade. Some trades and some signatures and prices, you wanna know the truth? You generally just feel that shit in your bones, bro, from fucking years of experience.
Welcome to JP Morgan, Dodgy. We read your resume, but you're missing all of your data, your P&Ls, and one of your confluences say you feel it in your bones. Can you explain? Yeah, bro, when you've been in this game, you've taken the trades I've taken in my life, you can just, feel it out, bro. It's, pretty sick. Imagine you go to your financial advisor, and one of their confluences feeling it out, and then they refuse to show data backing their strategies. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if he was just a random dude on this app posting, but he is one of the biggest course sellers in this space.
I'm sorry, I'm on my stream.
I would start hating, but I was taught to let the Make-A-Wish kids have fun.
Yeah, do you like the reply?
W.
W reply?
W reply.
Fire.
You're just a hater, bro. IFG's work. Come on, man. Backtest the model to see it works. True. Get your own data. Alright, well, very cool. What a guy. So, we finally swept out that low inside the 2 minute. We now have, I guess, what would this be? A 1 minute inverse back up? I don't know.
What do you say the reply was?
Oh, W. Good reply.
One of my fans just came out to me. That's what I kind of hear. They're like, picture. Crema Gourmet.
Hey, is your fan still there, bro? Ask them to give me a setup right now. I need an alert.
No, he just left. He said he took the 5 minutes this morning and got break even on it.
Oh, true.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
I'll catch you later, man. Well, guys, since I'm an ICT course seller, I guess I'm part of the problem. My apologies. I'm actually just completely unprofitable, and all I do in order to make my money is just sell courses, guys. It's just over. Even though I don't have a course. But all I do is sell courses. I guess this is a course. I don't know. To me, this is just like a community that we hang out in. It's like a country club almost, you know? You got to pay the entrance fee, and then you can hang out. Top Step didn't sell the shorts for me at TP. Good thing I said alert on TradingView. Nice, Monkey Man. Nice. Where my refund at? I don't know. Ask PJR. I know, EJ. I'm the worst. It's over. Okay, for sure. That video confused me? I don't know. All the hate on the trading community is like most of the time manufactured. Like most of the time it's not even real. Also, this long printed. So cool. It went for 25 points, I guess, if you took that. But it was probably a break even, or it wasn't really valid. I don't know. It was very loud. I don't even know who that was. Most of the people that are like trying to expose in the trading community, you go to their profile and they have their own WAP and their own, you know, affiliate link in the bio, and it's like, oh, okay, I know what you're doing. Even Iman has his own thing. It's funny. What does Iman even trade? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Because here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what any other trader's doing. So, with that idea in mind, why would anybody waste effort and time and money, even creating quote unquote exposed content, unless there was an ulterior motive, right? Like, nobody's really out here unless you're like enemies with that person for some reason, which, like, to be honest, I don't. There's probably no way that Iman and TJR have ever spoken to one another, much less beefed, much less, whatever. So he's creating that content not because he's like some stand-up guy who's like trying to save it and doing it out of the goodness of his heart. He's doing it for his own ulterior motive, which is to make YouTube views and build a following so he can sell things or collect, YouTube ad revenue or whatever it is. Which, if every single person who's hating has an ulterior motive online, can you really trust them? And everything that they say. And that there's not a bias there. That there's not like some sort of, Because like we do the same thing with like media, right? It's like the exact same thing. Like the media can't be trusted because they have some ulterior motive. It's just, you just think about it like that, right? Everyone has an ulterior motive. That's why I say, like, yesterday, you can't trust me. Don't trust Dodgy. Question everything, right? Make sure that, what you're listening to is like, something that you actually agree with, and like collect your own data, right? I always say, like, collect your own data. Whether that's journaling for yourself or, backtesting or whatever it is, like, it's very important that you collect your own data because that's all that matters at the end of the day. Because anybody can manipulate data, right? As we've seen with TJR, as we've seen with, whoever else, right? Anybody else's data is not important. The only data that's important is yours. I'm in a long right now. Think we may continue higher. If we break this 5-minute, for sure. I think we could go up here. What's the most expensive thing? What's the most expensive you've seen? Oh, for a course? Is that what you're asking, Kong? Guys. Back in the day, Dodgy's course, I think, was 10K. Like the mentorship when it first came out, I think it was 10K. But it's that price has gone way down since then. I don't think it's 10K anymore, but that was the OG price. It's not 10K anymore. I think it's like 2K now or something. And you get like lifetime with it for AM and PM. Like that literally is the value alone. So, I don't know. Do I see any of that? No, I don't see any of it. No, I never saw the 10K, never saw the 2K, never saw none of it. So, the 1-minute gap on your chart should be larger, right? The previous candle should be part of it. Now it isn't a singular gap. The 1-minute gap. Are you talking about this one down here, or what are you talking about? Like this here should have been a whole gap in series. So technically, yeah, this play is invalid. But if you just took it on the initial candle inverse, that V shape, then oh, the one. Wait, I'm confused. Do you mean the 5-minute that I marked out, or the 15-minute that's there? By the way, here's an inverse short. What, the one that just happened? Bro, I'm so confused. This one. This is the one, right? 2 minute? This one? Yeah, that's fine. This to me isn't obvious enough. I would be looking at the 1 minute here. The 1 minute's more obvious. Right? I don't think anything here is that good, to be honest. Longs or shorts. The long here just makes more sense in terms of liquidity, and now it's just like chop. Like I said, I think as long as we're between these two for value gaps, the 2 and the 5 minute, I think we just chop the rest of the day, which so far seems to be pretty accurate. I think I've called every move today so far. The longs to the high here, then the short, then when to sell here, and then now I just called for basically sideways. 2 minute short is risky. Yeah, I wouldn't short here because we're still holding that 2 minutes to the left. I think this is our condition to become bearish, and this is our condition to become bullish. And while we're between these two, there's just no point in trading. Hey, Ahmed, that's okay. Tomorrow and Thursday will be better days to try and get that. Trust me. Patience here is very important. You don't want to blow everything up, you know. Jackie, if you had a, if you, or Jacko, if you had a bad experience with it, was the prop firm that you used it with Lucid or what prop firm? Lucid? Yeah, that's tough. Okay, for sure. Lucid stole one of your accounts? Okay. What happened? Sounds like you guys are having horror stories with Lucid. I've never once had a problem with them. Who here has had a problem with Lucid? And was it resolved, I guess? I guess. Wait, what? That's weird, Monkey Man. Yeah, I think so, Ahmed. That could happen. Nice raid. Hey, congrats. Now you just need 5 days of 150, and you can request your first payout. Am I still doing that giveaway? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I guess April 1st. I was gonna do it when the giveaway ended, but then they extended it a month. Or not the giveaway ended, when the sale ended. Oh, you need to build a buffer? Okay, for sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure if, who had what, but okay. Yeah, I'll go through all my DMs that weekend before the following first week of April. So if you want to be in the giveaway and you've used my code, just send me a DM. If you've already sent me a DM, I'll make sure to add it. But if you haven't and you've used my code, make sure you do that before the 1st of April. Or before I do the giveaway, but ideally before the 1st of April so I can get it put all together in time. I have to like add everybody to the thing, and it's only one entry per person. So it'll be that. Just since like the sale started, like I think back in February. So from February to April, if you bought any accounts using my code. Hey Ahmed, I just saw your message on WAP, and just so you know, it says that that second transaction hasn't gone through yet, so it might not have gone through. So I'll keep an eye on it, but if it did go through, I'll make sure to refund you. Sorry that happened. I don't know. Just be I guess I don't know if it was on your end or my end, but yeah, just I don't even know why WAP allows that. Yeah, like that's just odd. But yeah, the first one at 317 did. The second one still says unknown for me. So if you want, I could send you over a DM. I'm not sure if you want to necessarily make this public, but I don't. I mean, it's not really a big deal. I don't think. Let me just show you what my side looks like. Okay. Obviously, I won't post this in here. I'll send you a DM. But... I sent you. Oh wait. Oh, you're private and on Discord. I see. Okay. Yeah. So I'll just wait. If it goes through, then obviously I'll refund. If it doesn't, then I don't know. We'll see. I guess I'll just do nothing. Hey, you were breaking today, Buff? Nice. Find me a trade and keep it? Alright, I'll try my best, man. Or what I can do, if you want to, if it does end up going through, is I can just apply it to your next month. So instead of having to pay for next month, it'll just cover. But obviously this is your first month, so you probably want to try it out, see if it's right for you. So, you know. Yeah, that's probably, I don't know. WAP's weird, EJ. Can you rig it so I can win? Sure. Yeah, Tommy, whatever proof you can give, that's fine. It doesn't necessarily have to be the receipt. Just proof of using the code. If the receipt's easiest, then sure. And yeah, I'll just go through all the Discord DMs. Jacko, honestly, it depends in what phase of the like prop firm funding process you're in. If you like Apex is kind of misleading because they're priced very cheaply, so you think that like, oh, it's a good option for me. You know, they're cheaper. You know, if I lose an account, it's not a big deal. That seems pretty beginner friendly. But the problem is their payout rules make it very difficult to get a payout. So they're one of the harder prop firms. So I recommend using them later in your, I guess, profitability, um, you know, quest, right? You know, where you're deeper into the learning experience, maybe you're more an advanced trader. And I mean, if that's you, then sure, go for it. But I think the payout rules on a lot of other prop firms are easier. What makes it hard for payouts? You have to build a buffer, and then you can only request above the buffer. So it's like almost like you have to pass 2 evals even before you start requesting payouts. And there's like, well, actually now that the payout rules are easier now, right? You still have to make a buffer, but it's not like there's no. Is there consistency still on Apex? There is, right? But it's 40% now instead of 30. So there's consistency unfunded, and instead of 8 traded days, I think it's 5 now. Maybe I don't know if that's right, but they keep changing the rules around. So keeping track of Apex's rules is another thing that makes them a little bit difficult. But yeah, Lucid's pretty easy. Tradeify's pretty easy. Even Top Step was pretty easy for a while. But yeah, what's beautiful about the Lucid accounts is simply that there's no consistency unfunded for the flexes, and like that just allows you to like, you know, take payouts pretty easy. Oh yeah, and you can only request 6 payouts with them too. That's true. Per account, not total. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking to try another firm, Tradeify is good. Alpha's good. I've even heard good things about TPT. Yeah, I've never had a problem with Tradeivate and Lucid. Never. Like maybe wait for a good discount with Lucid if you don't want to waste a bunch of money, but still, like their accounts are really cheap. You know, you don't have to worry about passing in a month like you would with Apex or some other firm before the rebill, and obviously like the payout rules are easier. So true, Travis. Okay, that's a good perspective. So like with Apex, what Travis found is that it's actually better to learn through Apex because it's almost like you get battle tested through them, right? They have the more difficult rules, but when you transfer those rules over to an easier prop firm, you get more consistent payouts. So that's an interesting way to look at it for sure. Every trading group seems to have their favorite prop firm. I don't have a favorite. I've always pivoted to whichever is offering me the best deal. That's something ICT has said in the past, and that just makes sense, right? Whoever can give you the best bang for your buck and give you, um, you know, like good rules, that's who you should be going with. So in the past, my favorite used to be Apex, and then their rules changed, and MFFU became my favorite, and then their rules changed, and now Lucid's my favorite, right? And it'll probably change again in the future if Lucid changes their rules. Ever had any Rhythmic accounts? I did, and it is different. The platform that you can execute on. I just personally like Trade-of-8 because I got used to their platform, and to me it was pretty simplistic. But yeah, I did try Rhythmic accounts for Bullinox. Yeah, I traded Bullinox too. I got funded with them. I think they're fine. I just think that their UI isn't very user friendly, and their customer support isn't that good. But I mean, I like the pricing. I wish they had Trade-of-8. I wish Bullinox had Trade-of-8. I'd probably use them to be honest. The other half remains in the account as a buffer, Yuki. It's kind of like how in Apex you can only request that $500 and then the rest gets left in the account. It gets transferred to a live account eventually. So once you get moved to live, you can request it. But yeah, for those first 6 payouts, you can only request half your profit. Yeah, exactly. Every payout, you need another 5 days of 150 to get the next payout. Yeah, yep. So after a month of 150, you'll get pushed to live, basically. Obviously, it's not going to be an exact perfect month, right? Like you're not going to get 30 straight green days. And if one of you guys ever has a month where you get 30 straight green calendar days, um, let me know and I'll take you out to dinner or something. Yeah, Yuki, for sure. Yep. Sure, Soccer Van. What do you mean, Jacko? You just have to pick Trade-of-8, and then you'll get your Trade-of-8 login information. Then you just use that. Have you never used Trade-of-8 before? The first time you use Trade-of-8, you have to fill in like your user information. I don't know if it's for each prop firm. It might be. I just don't remember. But yeah, you just when you get an account with them, you select demo, or maybe it's prop firm now. I'm not really sure how the setup works. It's just been forever. But yeah, it's pretty simplistic. If you just follow like the step-by-step guide, it'll come together easy. It's like the steps are there for you. Like just make sure that you select non-professional data fees, and that's like the only thing that like you really have to worry about. So yeah, for this you would do in wait, no, you don't want to do this. Don't set it up on Trade-of-8 first. Set up the account on Lucid first, and then you'll get login information, and then you just go to the Trade-of-8 login, and then it'll give you a menu of like what to do from there. But yeah, don't start with Trade-of-8 and make an account from there. Is that what you did? Or did you get the login information from Lucid first? Because what you're creating right now is the Trade-of-8 brokerage account, right? Like if you want to trade in their platform. Like in a live account. Jacko, did you figure it out? I want to make sure I'm not leaving you hanging before I wrap up here. You got it? Okay, for sure. Alrighty. We're about 2 hours and 15 minutes into stream now. I don't really think we're going to get anything else for today. If at 3:50 you want to watch to see if the 2-minute breaks down to the lows or the 5-minute breaks to the highs, that's kind of my conditions right now. Yeah, axis simulation. Yep. But yeah, other than that, I'll catch y'all tomorrow for FOMC. Should be a big day. Do I suggest 50? I like the 50Ks, EJ. Good value. Wait, don't the 25... If the 25Ks have 1-to-1, you can do either. It doesn't really matter. But I like the price for the 50K. It's just up to you. I like being able to get a bigger payout. Bigger payout, good price. I mean, the drawdown, you know, it's whatever. Alrighty. I will catch all of you tomorrow. Alright. Peace out, everyone.